Hey everybody, Ben Frederickson here alongside Dave Matter for the Eye on the Tigers video edition, which is sponsored by Closets by Design of St. Louis. For a limited time, you can get 40% off any order of $1,000 or more, or 30% off any order of $700 to $1,000. You can also get free installation for any order of $600 or more. Call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to order today. Dave, big news this week. Luther Burden is joining Missouri in the 2022 class, the top-ranked receiver in the nation, playing his final season of high school ball at East St. Louis High. This is a significant win for the Tigers on the recruiting trail. It raises the question, who will be throwing in the ball when he gets to Mizzou? Connor Bazelak? Will it be Tyler Macon? Could it be the incoming quarterback in Luther's class in Sam Horn? There's not a quarterback controversy at all at Mizzou, but there is some speculation about who could be Luther's quarterback when all is said and done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the rise of the transfer portal has kind of clouded these conversations. And anytime, we've seen it at Oklahoma right now, you bench a experienced starter, all of a sudden the instantaneous reaction is, okay, well, that guy's going to go to the portal. So I think as a coach, you got to be extra careful. You have to really have some conviction when you make a quarterback change, even if it's just for one game. You suddenly then there's this doubt creeps in, not just with the players maybe, but with the fans and everything surrounding it. So you got to be extra sensitive. And Connor Bazelak, he's started 15 games in a row now for Missouri, and the thought was he would really trend upward this year. And more recently, he's kind of trended the wrong direction. He's not played well of late. I think it's obvious he's playing with some kind of, I don't know if you call them injuries, but ailments. Eli Drinkwitz has mentioned his knees, his ribs. Just doesn't look like himself. And you wonder, can he regain the form that he showed that made everyone think, hey, this guy can be one of the best in the league? If not, then do you go into the offseason? Do you open up the competition? Do you let one of the young guys on the roster currently compete, whether that's Brady Cook or Tyler Macon? Or do you give the incoming four-star freshman Sam Horn a chance? It would be hard to expect a true freshman to beat out a guy who will be in his fourth year like Bazelak will be. But we've seen these things happen before. I think it's on Bazelak right now to finish this season strong. Eli, we should make the point, Eli has been very reluctant to pull him at all in games. Fourth quarter of games that are well decided, he's keeping him in there. So it'll be something to monitor here in the second half of the season.
What's the right way to read into that fact that we haven't seen Cook or Macon? Is it that Eli Drinkwitz is banking on the reps for Bazelak, or he still thinks that he gives them the best chance to win, and doesn't think that there's enough of a proximity between him and the backups to give those other guys a chance? Could it be a mix of both?
It really appears that, for one, he has said it. He still believes Bazelak gives him the best chance to win. That doesn't say a whole lot about what he's seeing in practice from those guys if they're getting their brains beat in by Tennessee and Texas A&M, and those games are just out of hand. If he still feels like the best option is to keep Bazelak out there and to get him those reps with his receivers against the live bullets of an SEC game, I think there is some value in that. Also, if you play one of them, then you're pretty much announcing which one is your real number two. And he's never really said that publicly. I'm sure in his mind he knows whether it's Cook or Macon, because you have to have a plan in case Bazelak does get hurt. Which guy gives you the best chance to win this season and win that game? Is it Cook or is it Macon? It's just hard to say. And if those guys have really played lights out in practice and put some heat on Bazelak, then maybe I think you'd see them get those chances in games. We just haven't seen that yet this year.
We'll see who is ultimately Luther Burden's quarterback, but he and Sam Horn are in the same 2022 class. That class is now ranked 15th in the nation, high watermark for Missouri in recruiting, as Eli Drinkwitz continues to go on the recruiting tear despite some on-field struggles for the Tigers this season. We have it all covered: the commitment, the team, stltoday.com. Check out the Eye on the Tigers podcast there as well. For Dave, I'm Ben. We'll talk to you next time.